Welcome to the North Hudson Public Works Committee virtual meeting of Tuesday, July 21, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. Item number 1 is call to order. Roll call, please.
Chair Pike?
Here.
Trustee Head?
Here.
Trustee Matz?
Here.
All right, item number 2 is approve the minutes from the June 16, 2020 Public Works meeting. Need a motion?
Move to approve the minutes from the June 16, 2020 Public Works meeting.
I second.
All right, any questions or comments about the meeting minutes? They look good to me. You too? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, or negative. All right, item number 3, comments from the floor. I am not aware of any. Item number 4, Hafner Properties utility easement discussion only. Kevin or Patrick, did we get that lien taken? No, this is Hafner, never mind.
Yeah,
any discussion,
no.
Patrick?
There's nothing new on that right now.
Nothing new, we're just waiting.
We're just hanging out. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. I'll keep it on there.
Phil or Lori, any questions for him about that?
That's the fire hydrant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Item number 5, Hudson North subdivision outstanding items discussion only. I think that one's Kevin.
Yeah, so since last month, I know Gary Zappa had forwarded the final lien waiver. That was one of the requirements. Still haven't received the letters from the engineer of record. I know he's working on that. Should see that here fairly soon. But I think that's basically the last piece of it as part of the requirements. So once we have that, we can move forward on having the village actually officially accept that public right away. So.
And so is that something that we as a public works committee vote to move to the board? Or does it just go to the board?
It would just go to the village board for ratification. So.
Okay.
Once we have that last item.
All right. So nothing more we really have to do on that then?
Nope.
We'll leave it on there one more time, Patrick, and let us know that it got taken care of, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Any questions about Hudson North, Lori or Phil?
No.
Nope. You muted that yappy dog of yours, didn't you? Okay. All right. Item number 6, fencing and at the Public Works Garage, and we have the layout and the idea behind the fencing. Patrick, you want to explain the layout for us?
Okay. So Kevin sent me a drawing here, and then I kind of filled in some stuff. But as far as the markings in red, that's where we need fencing right now. Once that area is clear to the west. So I see he has about 100 feet of fence, and then there's 10 or 12 feet right on the side of the building to the north. We actually have a gate that I can put up there, so we won't have to purchase that.
Okay.
And then there's like 175 feet to the south or whatever, but I'm waiting for bids on that as well. So we just have the one.
So is there a fence already on the western border?
Yeah, there's a wooden fence there.
On the west border?
Yep.
How high is it?
It's pretty high. It's 6 or 8 foot.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and any updates on quotes on this, or?
I'm still waiting for
We
people
still have,
to. I have
we
the
just
one.
have the one, right? Okay.
Yep. The guy who originally did the fencing when we put the salt shed up.
So I didn't realize our easterly line went that close to Village Inn.
Yep.
I thought we were just that first set of parking spots. It's a bigger chunk than I thought.
Well, that may be an older picture. There's kind of a seam there where you can see where there's like a seam in the asphalt there where you can, that's what I was always told, was that was kind of the line. So
Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, the lines that show the property boundaries are not, considered to be survey accurate.
The dark ones?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's just kind of a general representation of how lots lay out there, but yeah, by no means are survey accurate.
Maybe sometime we could get that a little more accurate. I don't know. Is that something you guys do for us? I mean, this is something that we'd put in the GIS system, isn't it?
Well, not the property boundaries won't be survey accurate. I mean, the utilities and all that stuff that Patrick's going to locate with the new GPS unit, that will be. But this is just kind of a general representation of how the lot lines actually lay out.
Okay.
Just basically for information purposes, but if you want to stop by, you can certainly come down and I'll show you where the lot line is at. It's not very far off from there.
You got a stake out there?
There's a metal, what do they call them, Kevin?
Property iron.
Yeah, property iron. Yep. There's irons there. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see it sometime. I'll just take a cruise up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and our current quote for all of this so far is what?
I believe it was around $4,800.
Okay. Any questions, Lori?
Just the size in the back's pretty large. What are we foreseeing, being kept back there that with that space? I mean, it's a good chunk of space.
You mean what kind of ideas do we have that we want to do with it?
I'm just trying to understand the dimensions. First of all, I really appreciate the picture because it helped me to envision where the fencing was going to go. So I really appreciate the picture. But when I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's a wide open space.
It is. And it is being cleaned up still, right, Patrick?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a big chunk.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know that we really have any big plans for back there, but I think it probably is just a good idea to clearly mark because things get encroached and it's like the parks, you find that all the time that all of a sudden things get planted and set, off property line. It's just a good idea to have things cordoned off, I think.
Lori, when we were talking about a snow ordinance a while back, there was a thought that, if we ended up having to tow, that this back area could be used as a tow lot. Right now, when something gets towed, it gets towed to where?
River Falls.
All the way to River Falls.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one possibility. We haven't got any major plans, like Patrick might put a little hut up back there for sleeping overnights when they're doing snow plowing or whatever.
Yeah.
Warming shack.
Yeah.
No big plans yet.
No.
Okay. I was just curious because it's a large chunk.
Yep. Phil?
Nothing.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. And do you expect to get a second quote from somebody?
I'm hoping, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not just going to bring you one. So that, yeah, I'll reach out a little further and see if I can get some interested folks.
The one quote he's got, just as a reminder, is actually from the people that put the fence up that we have already, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they do most of the work, I guess.
Okay. All right. On to number 7, public informational meetings for the Wisconsin Street North project, discussion and possible recommendation. So this is a Wisconsin Street project, just to clarify. This is not about 35. Is this Kevin?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So basically, we've been reached out by CORE that's going to be doing, the design portion with surface items and the storm sewer. So they're looking to work towards doing a public informational meeting.
Okay.
Typically in the past, we've done that in front of Public Works Committee meetings on previous projects. And obviously with, the COVID stuff that's going on and, for the future here, we're looking at ideas to try to kind of still move that along. And one item that Core had brought up is in the past, recently, they've done these by, creating a PowerPoint that outlines all the information as part of the project. They put that together, then that information is posted on the municipality's website. From there, then a letter is sent out to the affected property owners to let them know that that information is available, and there's project representatives that's included in the PowerPoint should they have any questions that may come up after they've reviewed that information. That's one idea that they have reached out and told us what they've done in the past. Otherwise, we could do a Zoom meeting, like what we're doing now for the Public Works meeting. We just wanted to kind of throw that out to you folks and see which option you would prefer to go down. What have you.
I like the idea of the PowerPoint on posted on our website, because it gives people an opportunity when it's a suitable time for them rather than something live.
Yep.
And they can go back to it, and it puts the point of contact on who can truly answer the questions.
Sure.
Since we're not in charge of the project, it allows them to have a direct contact with who is.
Okay.
How soon are they expecting? Do they have a schedule that they're following, and what time frame are they looking at having this public information meeting?
They've been just kind of sitting back and waiting just to see, how things go along here. So I think they're getting at that point where they definitely want to move towards that. I would think within the next month, that's the avenue you would prefer to go down.
This is a 2022 project, right?
Correct.
And they want to do it in 2020, a public information meeting.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of the requirements with DOT projects that they have these. So that's, usually you do that at the beginning of the project so that they get input from the residents should there be, some current concerns that are raised.
So you're thinking by the end of August? Or are you thinking at our August Public Works meeting?
I think if you wanted to go with the Zoom option, we could do, definitely by the August meeting. Otherwise, they would just work towards putting the information together with the PowerPoint and have that, put on the web page and then send a letter out. Thinking that would happen next month.
Hey, can they do their PowerPoint on this Zoom meeting, and then people can watch it at their leisure, and then we can also post the PowerPoint to the website, and then if they have questions, they forgot to get it?
Sure. I think we could, that's another.
I mean, there won't be interaction, but at least they can present it, and people that are really curious can go out and watch. I mean, we record these and put them out on YouTube, so.
Yep. I think that's.
So, Phil, what you're suggesting is we have, who is it? Did you say Core?
Core, yes. They're out of Eau Claire.
So we have Core come on to our Public Works meeting, and they do, we let them share the screen, assuming they know Zoom, and they do the PowerPoint presentation to us and allow us to ask questions.
Yep.
That sounds right with me. Lori?
Yeah, no, I think it sounds good too.
And as long as we're posting it up on our website also, the slide presentation, that would give people a couple places to find it.
Sure.
It'd be nice to see that PowerPoint before the meeting so we could formulate.
Oh, yeah. we definitely would like to have that PowerPoint ahead of time so we can formulate questions and, not make the meeting into hour-long situation.
Yeah.
So let's go at it that way. So Anne Marie, future agenda item. We want to add core to next month's Public Works meeting. Kevin, is there going to be any issues between core and the 35 project?
No, I mean,
There's nothing core is going to be doing while the 35 project's going on with Wisconsin Street, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Any other questions for Kevin on this one?
Do we have a PowerPoint slide for the 35 project like we're talking about doing for the Wisconsin?
Yeah, we don't have anything. I mean, everything's been down at the city for like public informational meetings. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any PowerPoints.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're coming up to the 35 discussion in a second here, so maybe we can cover that then. Anything else? If not, item number 8, catch bear repair discussion, possible recommendation. Patrick, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm waiting for one more bid on that one as well. Sound like a broken record tonight. But we do have, I've got about 10 of them that I'm going to repair this year. They're not terribly bad out of shape, so hopefully we'll get more done with the amount of money that we put toward it. And I don't know if you want to bring up the other stuff, Brian.
I guess, yeah, right now is as good a time as any. Go ahead.
With the, that, I guess I would put it on for a future agenda item.
Yep.
The
Anne Marie, future agenda item, what he's going to talk about right now, just briefly update us.
The stormwater surcharge that we should probably be looking at every year or so to update it, to make sure that we're putting away, have enough money to do things, so we're being preventative, not reactive toward things.
So that's an upcoming discussion where we'll, next month, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look at what we're charging and how long it's been since we've been charging that, which I think is since 2011, if I remember right.
Been a while.
It hasn't been looked at since 2011, folks. So 9 years ago. I think we need to look at that to make sure we're charging the right amount to keep our storm sewers up to date. So that'll be a future agenda item. Any questions, comments?
Nope.
All right, item number 9, control panel replacement at East Bank Lift Station, discussion and possible recommendation.
Yeah, I reached out to, actually Kevin helped me here. I should hopefully this week get 2 more quotes on the East Bank, and then I also did a little more investigating on the auto dialer, so I should have all that information for you next month on next month's meeting. So I will leave this one on as well.
Okay, any questions for him on 9, the control panel?
No.
That kind of goes with 10 too, I guess.
And item number 10, auto dialers, he just addressed that. Any questions for him on that? Again,
No.
waiting on quotes. All right, item number 11 is a chair update. I have nothing for you this week. Item number 12, engineers report.
All right, so I guess we'll jump in on Highway 35. And I know there was some discussions on the bicycle accommodations project. So what we talked about is just trying to come up with a cross section, just to kind of put a little more perspective to what's going to be installed out here as part of that project. I did reach out to Ayers and Associates. They're the consultant that's doing the design work for this project. And one item that they disclosed to me is they're going to actually do some pavement markings. And I tried highlighting that on the bottom. There'll be a white fog line installed that'll kind of delineate between where the bicycle people will be able to ride along with the driving lanes. So it'll be, from center line 12 feet out is where that line will be painted, and that'll be along the whole project corridor. So from the Lake Malibu Bridge up to Summer Street is where that'll be installed. So that's where, those folks will be able to ride their bicycles through this corridor.
So are they putting any kind of they're not putting a line on the far right side of the bike lane then?
Not up, just in between where the vehicles are and the bicycles, nothing next to the curb.
Okay.
Gutter.
Mm-hmm.
There won't be any, per se, symbols that'll be installed like you see in other communities, or any signage. It'll just.
What?
Yeah.
What happened to my signs, dude?
I mean, you can put those in at a later date, but as part of this project, they're not planning on putting them installed.
Okay.
Too many signs.
Yeah.
Sign. All right. Any questions for him? I noticed that you're showing 5-foot sidewalks here. Did somebody change their mind on doing our sidewalks for us?
Yeah, I mean, you and I know they're not exactly 5 feet out there. Some are
So
4.
you're talking about our existing sidewalks, which are sometimes 2 and 3 feet based on grass growth, and stuff. Or
Sure. Yeah.
so
No,
you're not saying they're going to put 5-foot sidewalks in for us.
no, as of now, it's just going to be spot replacement for the laterals and drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the spot replacements will be the same width as what we have right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions for him, Lori, Phil?
No, Kevin, that's great. I appreciate you getting some clarification on the bike
Sure.
path.
Okay. Good.
And Lori, question for you. In our meeting minutes, you said something about reaching out to somebody. You were working with Kevin, I think, to reach out to another municipality to help us get ready for the 35 project.
Yeah,
Maybe you
just
could
wanting. I have not I don't have anything for that right now. I need to know who to contact. I'll be glad to make the phone calls, but I don't even know who to reach out to.
Yeah, I can address that actually when we get to 13.
Okay. All right, good. And Lori, while you're doing that stuff, maybe you can get hold of a PowerPoint presentation from downtown somewhere.
Give me a name and I'll call and say, hey, you guys got one.
Sure.
I'm just wondering if we should have some kind of a link on our site that has nothing under it but the 35 project, so our residents can go right there.
I think since it's a big project, that would be great to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to make that happen then, right, Lori?
Give me the touch points and I can make it happen. I just need names and I can go have something to go with.
All right, Patrick, you'll help her with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Perfect.
And as far as the website goes, I think that's Melissa's bailiwick.
Yep. Once I get some things put together, then she can link them into the website.
Okay. All right, cool. Anything else on the engineer's report?
Yeah, just one other thing. To my surprise, it looks like you guys did get some LRIP funds. This last application that we put in last fall, we actually got the SMA agreement from the state, and that was for the 5th Street resurfacing project.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth Street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know where that is.
So it looks like you guys were awarded just under $22,000 for that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you have those dollars, and you have some other funds that are available too as part of the St. Croix Street project. That one just under 18,000. So you have $2, I guess, dollars sitting there for future projects should you decide to move forward.
Kevin, you're a
Okay.
rock star.
Yeah, I'm on. And Patrick too. Hey, those guys, that's
yeah.
good.
Yes,
No.
thank you, Patrick, as well.
Definitely helped out too. So
So based on our capital improvement plan, where are those dollars supposed to go next? Is it actually Fifth Street?
yeah, and we can, revisit that because you're getting close to your, budget.
Right.
We should look at those and see where they fit in.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of time that you have with these project sunset dates. The St. Croix Street is June 30th of 2023, and then this new one is June 30th of 2025. So definitely
Do you know what the dollar amount was for St. Croix?
just under 18,000. 1777.60 is what the dollar amount was.
That's what the award was, right?
Yep.
And what's the cost to do it? What do we have on our capital?
I thought it was around 100,000, but I'd have to double check that.
I think you're about right, Kevin, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So it's possible for us to combine these two and use those dollars for the St. Croix project?
Yeah, typically you can do a one-time substitution.
Okay.
So you could look at, St. Croix going to another project. You could potentially try to use both of these dollar amounts towards one specific project. We just have to get, there's a process that you have to go through to get that approved.
Okay, so you're going to work with Patrick and give us some guidance on where best to put those?
Yeah. Yep. We can look at
And-
that through the CIP process.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. I don't think we receive anything on budgets until August, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Anything else for Kevin?
that,
Any questions?
so
No. All right. Number 13, director's report. Patrick.
Okay. I did reach out to another community. Just waiting to hear back. It was a recommendation of someone that I trust, and he recommended it. It's a young guy who's done a lot of WISTOP projects and stuff like that. So once I hear back from him, I'll email you or something, Lori, and then we can kind of work. And as far as the questions and stuff or things that we may overlook or whatever, hopefully get those things answered.
That'd be great, Patrick.
And then, I guess I basically said most of this stuff that I was, hopefully the other two quotes will be in this week. I have one guy coming out for the East Bank lift station. I had to take some more specific pictures the other day. They needed more information and whatever. So hopefully that'll be moving along. And then the catch basins, I have another company that will quote it. It's hard to find somebody so you can compare apples to apples because everybody seems like they have their own unique thing to do to fix these things. So it's kind of tough, but I'll do what I can. And then I was also going to say that the auction site, all the stuff that's up on the auction will be, that auction will end this Friday on the 24th. So then we'll know where we're at, how we did as far as getting rid of the pickup and the furnaces and stuff. So
That it for you?
All I got. Yep.
Any questions for Patrick?
No.
All right. That takes us to item 14, Public Works Capital and Equipment Planning. Unless you have something beyond what we've discussed today, I think we'll hold till August on, because we know that Patrick's got a list.
Mhm.
And Patrick, maybe you could have that list ready for the next meeting so we
Yeah.
can start reviewing it again.
Yep.
And again, you had them in priority order, I think, and all that, and what they were for, a little blurb. Okay.
Yep. I can do that.
All right, item 15, Public Works Committee future goals and agenda items. I think we've discussed 2 so far, and one of them is review the stormwater surcharge. That hasn't been updated since 2011. And the second one was, what was the second one? I didn't write it down.
It was the PowerPoint.
The August Public Works meeting.
Okay,
I believe that's what it is, right, Kevin?
Yep.
For the Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Wisconsin Street project.
Wisconsin Street Project. Yeah, thank you, Emery.
Kevin, is Core the name of the company?
Yes, it is. Yep,
Okay, thank you.
you bet.
It's CORRE, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought.
Thank you.
Okay, any other future goals or agenda items that y'all want to talk about? I don't know if we need to have budget on the next agenda, if she's going to have the budget out or not, or, you know, the templates for us going over.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I can give you those templates.
Yeah.
I can give those at any time, but as far as what we're looking at or whatever, so.
All right, great. Lori, Phil, anything else you want to add?
No.
Got nothing.
Phil,
Okay.
I got one question for you.
Yes.
Have you walked across Highway 35 at Michelson Street yet?
I actually have. Yes, I have. Very
Sweet, huh?
And did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like I didn't have to like walk through a pole.
Patrick,
And they-
I don't know that this is a agenda item, but we've got a hole down there on Galahad, which is coned off. I'm just wondering if we should put boards over it or anything to make it a little safer until that can be dealt with.
I'll do something with it tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Item number 16 is we are adjourned at 6:02 p.m. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Good
You
evening.
too.